Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to read Surah Al-Nahl, the bee, Surah number 16 of the Holy Quran. Rabbi a'udhu bika min hamazati shayatin wa a'udhu bika rabbi an yahdurun. My Creator Nasara, I seek refuge in you from the temptations of the shaitans, and I seek refuge in you, my Lord, lest they be present with me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The command of Allah will come, so seek not to hasten it. Glory be unto Him, and exalted is He above that to which they ascribe a partnership. He sends down the angels with the spirit of His command upon whom He wills of His servants. Warn that there is no way save I. So be in prudent fear of me. He created the heavens and the earth for a real reason. Exalted is He above that to which they ascribe a partnership. He created man from a drop of blood, and then he is an open disputant, and then he is an open disputant. And He created the cattle. For you therein are warmth and benefits, and of them you eat, and for you therein is comeliness when you bring them home to rest, and when you take them out to pasture, and they bear your loads to a land you could not have reached save with great trouble to yourselves. Your Lord is kind, merciful, and horses and mules and asses, that you might ride them, and for adornment, and He creates what you know not. And upon Allah is the design of the way, and some of them deviate. And had He willed, He would have guided you altogether. He it is who sends down water from the sky. You have from it drink, and from it are shrubs upon which you pasture your herds. He causes to grow for you thereby crops, and the olive, and the date palms, and grapes, and every sort of fruit. In that is a proof for people who reflect. And He made serviceable to you the night, and the day, and the sun, and the moon, and the stars are made serviceable by His command. In that are proofs for people who reason. As is what He sowed for you in the earth of different hues. In that is a proof for people who take heed. And He it is who made serviceable the sea, that you might eat therefrom succulent flesh, and extract therefrom ornaments which you wear. And you see the ships plowing therein, and that you might seek of His bounty, and that you might be grateful. And He cast into the earth from mountains lest it sway with you, and the rivers and ways that you might be rightly guided, and landmarks. And by the star are they rightly guided. Is that he who creates like one who creates not? Who creates not? Will you then not take heed? And if you count the grace of Allah, you will not calculate it. Allah is forgiving, merciful, and Allah knows what you keep secret and what you make known. And those to whom they call besides Allah create not anything, but they are created dead. But they are created dead, not living, and perceive not when they will be raised. Your obey is one obey, and those who believe not in the hereafter, their hearts recognize not, and they are proud. Beyond doubt, Allah knows what they keep secret and what they make known. Indeed, He loves not the proud. And when it is said to them, "What is that your Lord sent down?" they say, "The legends of former peoples, that they might bear their burdens in full on the day of resurrection, and some of the burdens of those whom they led astray without knowledge. In truth, evil is what they bear. Those before them schemed. Then Allah came at their building from the foundations. So there fell down upon them the roof from above them, and the punishment came upon them without them perceiving. Then on the day of resurrection will He disgrace from Then on the day of resurrection will He disgrace them and say, "Where are my partners for whose sake you were hostile?" Repeat. Where are my partners for whose sake you were hostile? Those possessed of knowledge will say, "Disgrace this day, and evil are upon those who spurn guidance while claiming virtue." Those whom the angels take while they are wronging their souls, they will extend submission. "We were not doing any evil. Surely Allah knows what you did." Enter the gates of hell, abiding eternally therein. Evil is the dwelling of the proud. And it will be said to those who were in prudent fear, "What did your Lord send down?" They will say, "Welfare. For those who do good in this world, there is good. And the home of the hereafter is better, and excellent is the home of those of prudent fear. Gardens of purposeful abode which they enter, through which rivers flow. For them therein is whatever they will. Thus Allah rewards those of prudent fear. Those whom the angels take in a state of good, they will say, Peace be unto you. Enter the garden because of what you did. Await they save that the angels should come to them, or the command of your Lord should come. Thus did those before them. Thus did those before them, and Allah wronged them not, but they wronged their souls. And there befell them the evil that they did. Repeat. And there befell them the evil that they did, and there surrounded them that whereat they mocked. And those who ascribed a partnership said, Had Allah willed, we would have not served anything besides Him, we and our fathers. Repeat. Had Allah willed, we would have not served anything besides Him, we and our fathers. Nor would we have forbidden anything contrary to Him. Thus did those before them. And is there upon the messengers save the clear communication? And we have raised up in every community a messenger, save Allah, serve Allah and shun idols. Repeat, serve Allah and shun idols. And among them was he whom Allah guided, and among them was he upon whom misguidance became binding. So travel in the land and see how was the final outcome for the repudiators. Though you desire their guidance, Allah will not guide him whom He leaves to astray, and they have no helpers. And they swear by Allah their strongest oaths, Allah will not raise up him who dies. Repeat. And they swear by Allah their strongest oaths, Allah will not raise up him who dies. Surely it is a promise binding upon him, but most men know not, that he might make plain to them that wherein they differ, and that those who are indifferent to warning might know that they were liars. Our word to anything when we intend it is that we but say to it, be, and it is. Repeat. Our word to anything when we intend it is that we but say to it, be, and it is. And those who emigrate for the cause of Allah after they were wronged, we will settle them handsomely in this world, and the reward of the hereafter is greater if they but know, if they but knew. Those who are patient and in their Lord place their trust, and we sent before you only men whom we instructed, and ask the people of the remembrance if you know not, with clear evidence and the written records. And we sent down to you the remembrance, that you make plain to mankind what has been sent down to them, and that they might reflect. Do they who plot evil feel secure that Allah will not cause the earth to swallow them? Or the punishment come to them without them perceiving, or take them in their going to and fro, and there be for them no escape, or take them through slow decay, and your Lord is tendering kind. Have they not considered what Allah has created of a thing, turning its shadow right and left in submission to Allah, and they are abased. And to Allah submits what is in the heavens and what is in the earth among creatures, and the angels, and they are not proud. They fear their Lord above them, and do what they are commanded. Repeat, they fear their Lord above them, and do what they are commanded. And Allah said, take not two abays, He is but one abay, and me alone you fear. And to Him belongs what is in the heavens and the earth, and His is the permanent doctrine. Will you then fear of other than Allah? And whatever you have of grace, it is from Allah. Then when affliction touched you, to Him do you pray earnestly. Then when He removes from you the affliction, then some among you ascribe a partnership to their Lord, that they might deny what we have given them. So enjoy yourselves, you will come to know, and they make for what they know not a portion of what we have provided them. By Allah, you will be asked about what you invented. And they appoint for Allah daughters. Glory be unto Him, but they have what they desire. And when one of them receives glad tidings of a female, his face turns black, and he suppresses grief. He hides himself from the people because of the evil of that whereof he had glad tidings, whether to hold it in contempt, or bury it in the dust. In truth, evil is what they judge. For those who believe not in the hereafter is an evil example, and Allah is the most high example. and He is the mighty, the wise. And were Allah to take men to task for their injustice, He would not leave upon it any creature. Repeat. And were Allah to take men to task for their injustice, He would not leave upon it any creature. Madallah. But He delays them to a named time, and when their time comes, they cannot postpone an hour, nor can they advance, and they assign to Allah what they dislike, and they and their tongues repeat, and their tongues describe the lie that for them is the best. Beyond doubt, for them is the fire, and they are rushed in. By Allah, we sent messengers to communities before you, but the shaitan made their deeds fair to them, and he is their ally this day, and they have a painful punishment. And we sent down the book upon you, only that you make plain to them that wherein they differ, and as guidance and mercy for people who believe. And Allah sent down water from the sky, and gave life thereby to the earth after its death. In that is a proof for people who hear. And you have in the cattle a lesson. We give you to drink of what is in its bellies, between excreta and blood, pure milk palatable to the drinkers, and of the fruits of the date palms and grapes. You take a strong drink thereof, and goodly provision. In that is a proof for people who reason. And your Lord instructed the bee, take you dwellings of the mountains and of the trees, and of what they construct, that then eat you every sort of fruit. Repeat. Then eat every sort of fruit, and follow you the gentle ways of your Lord. There comes out of their bellies a drink, differing in its hues, wherein is healing for men. In that is a proof for people who reflect. And Allah created you, then He takes you, and among you is he who is returned to a feeble age, so that he knows not after knowing. Repeat. And among you is he who is returned to a feeble age, so that he knows not after knowledge anything. Allah is knowing, powerful. And Allah favored some of you above others in provision. Those more favored do not give over their provision to those whom their right hands possess, that they be equal therein. Is it then the grace of Allah they deny? And Allah has made for you among yourselves wives, and made for you from your wives sons and grandsons, and made provision of good things for you. Is it then in vanity that they believe, and the grace of Allah they deny, and serve rather than Allah what possesses no provision for them among the heavens or the earth at all, and can do nothing? So invent not any similitude for Allah. Allah knows, and you know not. Allah presents an example. A slave owned, not having power over anything, and him whom we provide with goodly provision from us, and spends thereof secretly and openly. Are they equal? Praise belongs to Allah. But most of them know not. And Allah presents an example. Two men, one of them dumb, not having power over anything, and a burden on his benefactor. Wherever he directs him, he brings no good. Repeat. Wherever he directs him, he brings no good. Is he equal with one who enjoins justice and is on a straight path? And to Allah belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth. And the matter of the hour is only as the twinkling of an eye, or nearer. Repeat. And the matter of the hour is only as the twinkling of an eye, or nearer. Here hour means doomsday. Allah is powerful over all things. Repeat the verse again. I repeat a sentence of verse 77. And the matter of the hour means doomsday, Qiyamah. And the matter of the hour is only as the twinkling of an eye, or nearer. Allah is powerful over all things. And Allah brought you forth from the wombs of your mothers, not knowing anything, and made for you hearing and sight and intellect, and made you for hearing and sight and intellect, that you might be grateful. Have they not considered the birds made serviceable in the air of the sky? There holds them only Allah. In that are proofs for people who believe. And Allah made for you from your dwellings an abode, and made for you from the heights of cattle dwellings, which you find light on the day of your journey, and on the day of your encampment. And of their wool and their fur and their hair, furnishings and goods for a time. And Allah made for you of what He has created shade. And Allah made for you of what He has created shade. And made for you from the mountains places of refuge, and made for you garments to protect you from the heat, and garments to protect you from your might. Thus He perfects His grace towards you, that you might submit. And if they turn away, but upon you is the clear communication, they recognize the grace of Allah, then they deny it. And most of them are those who spurn guidance while claiming virtue, and the day we raise up from every community a witness. Repeat. And most of them are those who spurn guidance while claiming virtue. And the day we raise up from every community a witness, then no leave will be given those who are indifferent to warning, nor they will be allowed to make amends. And when those who do wrong behold the punishment, it will not be lightened for them, nor they will be granted respite. And when those who ascribe a partnership see their partners, they will say, Our Lord, these are our partners to whom we called rather than you. And they will extend to them the saying, You are liars. And they will extend to them the saying, You are liars. And they will extend to Allah submission that day, and strayed from them will be what they invented, those who are indifferent to warning and forsake the path of Allah. Will we increase them in punishment over the punishment for what they wrought of corruption? And the day we raise in every community a witness against them from themselves, and we bring you as a witness against these. And we sent down the book upon you as a clarification of all things, and guidance and mercy, and glad tidings for the submitted. Allah commands justice, and Allah command justice and good conduct, and giving to relatives, and forbids sexual immorality and perversity and sectarian zealotry. He exhorts you that you might take heed and fulfill the pleas of Allah when you please. And break not your oaths after their confirmation, when you have made Allah guarantor over you. Allah knows what you do. And be not like her who breaks her thread after she has made it strong into fibers, taking your oaths as a deception between you, since one community is more numerous than another community. Allah but tries you thereby, and He will make plain to you on the day of resurrection that wherein you differed, and that Allah, and had Allah willed, He would have made you one community. But He sends astray who wants, and guides him who wants. Repeat. But He sends astray who wants, and guides him who wants. And you will be asked about what you did. And take not your oaths as a deception between you. So put sleep after its being firm, and you taste evil for forsaking the path of Allah, and there be for you a tremendous punishment. Repeat. And there be for you a tremendous punishment. And sell not the place of Allah for a cheap price, and sell not the place of Allah for a cheap price. What is with Allah is better for you, if you would know. What is with you has an end. And what is with Allah remains. We will pay those who are patient their reward according to the best of what they did. Who works righteousness, whether male or female, and is a believer, such we will make live a good life, and we will reward them according to the best of what they did. And when you recite the Quran, seek you refuge to Allah from the accursed shaitan. He has no power against those who heed warning and in their Lord place their trust. His power is but against those who take him for a lie, and those who ascribe a partnership to him. And when we change verse in place of a proof, and Allah knows best what He sends down, they say, you are but inventing. The truth is, most of them know not. Say, the Spirit of holiness brought it down from your Lord aright, that it might strengthen those who heed warning. And as guidance and glad tidings for the submitted. And we know that they say, Amen, but teases him. The tongue to which they incline is foreign. But this is a clear Arabic tongue. Those who believe not in the proofs of Allah Allah guides them not, and they have a painful punishment. They but invent lies, who believe not in the proofs of Allah, and these are the liars. Who denies Allah after his faith, save he who is compelled thereto, but whose heart finds rest in faith, but who expands his breast to denial. Repeat. But who expands his breast to denial, upon them is wrath from Allah, and they have a tremendous punishment, because they chose the life of this world over the hereafter, and because Allah guides not the people who spurn guidance while claiming virtue. These are they whose hearts Allah has sealed, and their hearing and their eyes, and these are the unaware. Beyond doubt, in the hereafter they are the losers. Then your Lord, to those who emigrate after they are subjected to means of denial, then strive and are patient, your Lord after that is forgiving, merciful. The day every soul comes pleading for itself, and every soul is repaid in full for what it did, and they will not be wronged. And Allah presents an example, a city secure at ease, its provision coming to it in abundance from every side, but it denied the favors of Allah. So Allah made it taste the cloak of hunger. Repeat. So Allah made it taste the cloak of hunger and fear because of what they wrought. And a messenger from among them had come to them. Then they rejected him. Then the punishment took them while they were wrongdoers. So eat of the provision of Allah, lawful good, and be grateful for the grace of your Lord, if it be Him you serve. He has but made unlawful to you carrion, the blood, the flesh of swine, and dedicated to other than Allah. But who is forced, neither desiring nor transgressing, then in that case Allah is forgiving, merciful. And add not to what your tongues describe the lie. This is lawful and this is unlawful, to invent lies about Allah. Those who invent lies about Allah will not succeed. A brief enjoyment, and they have a painful punishment. And to those who hold to Judaism, we made unlawful what we narrated to you before, and we wronged them not, but they wronged their souls. Then indeed your Lord is to those who did evil through ignorance, then repented after that and did right. Your Lord is after it forgiving, merciful. Ibrahim was a leader, devoutly dutiful to Allah, inclining to truth, and he was not of the idolaters, one grateful for his favors. He chose him and guided him to a straight path, and we gave him good in this world, and in the hereafter he is among the righteous. Then we instructed you, follow you the creed of Ibrahim, inclining to truth. And he was not of the idolaters. The Sabbath was but appointed for those who differed concerning it, and your Lord will judge between them on the day of resurrection concerning that wherein they differed. Invite you to the way of your Lord with wisdom and calmly exhortation, and argue with them with what is best. Your Lord, He knows best him who strays from his way, and He knows best the rightly guided. And if you retaliate with the like of that wherewith you were afflicted. But if you patient, it is better for the patient. And be you patient, and your patience is only through Allah. And grieve not for them, and be you not in distress over what they scheme. Allah is with those of prudent fear, and those who are doers of good. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah that I could finish this big surah by His wills and great grace. Again, Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah. Without break, I could finish by wills of Allah to read you this surah, Surah Nahl, the bee.